the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, good Monday evening, everybody, and welcome back to continuing live race coverage. Dirt Slingers Racing League, a Monday night 360 wingless sprint cars. Drivers have moved into their qualifying session. Got our camera chained on the 1J of Jacob Schmutz right now. Other drivers are currently on the track. We'll go check out our points leader. And basically the champ of the series right now, all he had to do was make the trip over to I-55. And he will pick up some hardware at the end of the night. But Vinny Sansone 3 laps. And they got to average their time getting in to find out where they're going to be. Jacob Denny, 12 flat. Wade Fields right behind that. Sansone times in at 12:01, so just 1/100th. Craig Sheeran also 12:01. Sylvie 12:09. Fields at 12:09. Scott King, Austin Semmelman on track. Let's get up there, Semmelman. 12:08. How he's not in front of Garrett Halsey, I'm not sure, because Halsey's at 12:12, but 24 to Terry King. Jurchik. Wilkie on track right now. Eric Wilkie, the 24 car. Hello, Dakota. Thanks for tuning back in. I saw you in the first race chat. So Eric Wilkie, 12:24, he'll scooch up the pylon a little bit. And then promptly comes and finds the cameraman and scares the bejesus out of him. So they'll let him sit there and marinate in that thing for just a moment, as that is going to wrap us up. Only one driver, Zach Jurchik, has not taken time. But by the end of the evening, we'll talk to the champ. We'll talk to tonight's top three, and we'll try to get Scott King in here and see if we can get a word in with him and find out what the future of this series will be. Say hi in the chat, guys. We don't care where you're watching from. Tell us so we know. We just want you to be entertained as we will head down a track side and get ready to run through the starting lineup for heat race number 1. It's going to be Austin Semmelman on the pole in the 18 car next to Wade Fields in the 71. Craig Sherman will start the 072 car on the inside of row 2 next to Jacob Denny in the 61. Denny coming off a string of wins and podiums over the last couple of series. Scott King, the 118. Old Tiny Dancer just had him a birthday the other day. He'll start inside row number 3 next to Ryder Schrauf in the 58. And then Zach Jurczyk will start position number 7 in heat number 1. So the boys about ready to get at it. Championship night. We already know who the champ is. He has such a lead in the points that nobody can catch him. 257. You can only make up about 162, I think it is, for the night. And he would have had to have no-showed it. He still would have won the title. But we'll talk to Vinny at the end of the evening. As the drivers get ready for heat number 1, the pace truck is in. Austin Semmelman on the throttle. Good start at the front. Fields going to work his way into the second spot. Denny's trying to work the high side and keep third. Sheeran has that 72 car down on the bottom looking pretty sporty till he got out of shape right there. That's going to let Scott King and Jack Jurczyk come right to the back end. There is Ryder Schrauf at the back, but still a lot of laps to go. Going to be 5 to go this time, and Fields is trying to put some pressure on Semmelman. Under the flag stand of that time, still nothing for Fields. He's going to try to cut it down. He's using the momentum, trying to go down the hill and gain speed to pull alongside so he can throw that slide job on Semmelman. Oh, goes all the way up, bumps the wall. Semmelman got out of shape, so Fields had to check up and stay in line. No change in your top 3, but here comes Denny. He goes in, slider up the hill, couldn't get it there. About a lap and a half remaining heat number 1. Semmelman has led it from the drop, started on the pole. He sees the white flag first. Goes to the bottom to protect against the slider. Did not change a thing as Fields didn't gain, but there goes Denny trying to go after second. Semmelman's out of shape. Fields wins it. Denny was second. Semmelman slid across the line in third. Sheeran, King, Jurczyk, and Schrauf. So an interesting finish to that one. And that changed quite a bit of the order. As we'll jump up here, get ready to look at the starting lineup for heat number 2. Going to be Cody Terry, the 93 on the pole, next to the 44 of Garrett Halsey. Rare appearance from Halsey in the series. Craig Silby will start the 7 car on the inside of the second row next to your points leader and champion of the series, the 80 of Vinny Sansone. That's going to be Eric Wilkie inside of row number 3 next to Jacob Schmutz in the 1J. So the champ going to start outside of row number 2. A mere formality just being here this evening. Oh, James. We'll go to the front row, get ready to kick this one off. Lights off on the pace truck. Terry and Halsey. You going to bring us to it? It is. It is indeed. Pace truck is in. Green flag in the air. And Garrett Halsey with a great start from the outside. He is going to grab the point now. Terry under fire. Sansone ends up at contact. He's going to fall all the way to the back. Silby took advantage and then promptly puts it upside down on the front stretch. Craig Silby came out of 3 and 4. Right rear goes right to the fence. So Silby is going to take that thing to the work area. He'll get it ready for the feature. Halsey, Wilkie, Terry, Schmutz, and Sansone. And Sansone had contact. I think he and Terry got together on the initial start. I don't see much in the way of damage. I think they just touched. And it got him out of shape, and he was able to grab the car up. Right front might be just a tad towed out. On the 80 car. So 6 laps remaining. Halsey going to bring us back to the green. Pace truck will dive into the infield. Halsey on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. Slider line for Halsey. Same for Wilkie. Wilkie took it just a little bit wider. Sansone working on Cody Terry once again. He's around the bottom. He's got the spot away from Terry. Move him up to third. Move Terry back to fourth. Sansone's keeping the 80 locked in on the bottom. And Vinny kind of a catfish anyway. That time Wilkie found the outside wall. Sansone is up to second. A lot of real estate between he and Halsey. Halsey down the front stretch. Got the car a little out of shape. Not too shabby. Able to hang on to it. Here comes Cody Terry working on Eric Wilkie. That's for third place. Terry around the inside, wasn't able to find the drive off. Wilkie takes the spot back. Coming to the 1-to-go signal. Halsey, Sansone, Wilkie, Terry, Schmutz. Garrett Halsey in a rare appearance here on Monday nights. Looks like he'll win heat number 2. Sansone will come home second. Wilkie will hang on for third. Cody Terry fourth, Jacob Schmutz fifth, and Craig Silby with an early exit will round out the field. So the drivers are going to get a couple of minutes to get out here and work the track down just a little bit. We'll wait for them to start rolling out. And while they do, let's pay a bill or two. Big thank you to all the sponsors. And Dakota, you know, it's not that difficult. Just remember that I'm the handsome sounding fellow. And that's all you got to remember. It's easy. Not as handsome as I once was with this big scar across my nose now from running into that wall a few weeks ago. But still, chicks dig scars. You know, pain is fleeting, and great stories last forever. So. Yeah, I think tonight you're going to be wrong. I think you're going to see the 80 car of Vinny Sansone just kind of ride around, pick a guy up here, pick a guy up there, and then he's going to go to the bottom, and he's going to come to the front, and he is probably going to be the guy that picks up the win, takes a victory lap to go with his championship. That would be or Jacob Denny. Those are the two drivers I think have the best shot tonight. These guys will get the full 2.5 minutes here. They really would like to change the dynamic of this track. And you can see they are running all over the place. Saw Wilkie on that slider line right there. He goes at it again here. He and Semmelman are really getting at each other in the warm-up session. No, I think we'll see the very, very top be okay, and the very, very bottom is going to be okay as well in this deal. But through that middle is going to be a little tricky for these guys. They're going to have to rely on some banking. It looks like there's still a pretty good lip up there. Big bump anyway to lean against through the turns. These guys will press the limit and see just how close they can get the right rear to the fence before they bump it. See some guys already trying to get down to the bottom and see if that is going to work at all. Craig Silvy's having no fun at all tonight. You were here earlier, you saw and you heard Mason Hennigan get the championship for season 17 of the 360 Wing Sprint cars. That series now on a few weeks of hiatus while they retool and figure out any changes they're going to make to the series before they come back for summer series. Season number 18. That is a long, long time. But season 1 of the Wingless cars about to close out here. They picked I-55 Speedway, Federated Auto Parts, Peevely, Missouri to wrap things up. Interesting choice, I will say, but the racing has been amazing for these guys all year. And we're going to talk to Scott King by the end of the night and find out what the intentions are for this series going forward. But it's time to look at the starting grid for tonight's 30-lap A-Main season finale. And it's going to be Wade Fields and Garrett Halsey on the front row, Jacob Denny and Vinny Sansone. In row number 2, Austin Semmelman, Eric Wilkie. Teammates side by side, row number 3, Craig Sherman, Cody Terry. In row 4, row 5, Tiny Dancer and Jacob Schmutz. Old Scott King will start the 118 on the inside with Schmutz on his outside. Jurczyk and Silby will start in row number 6, and Ryder Schrauf will round out the field starting position number 13 tonight. A little bit of a limited field to close things out, but nonetheless going to be a fun one. We'll watch the drivers roll away. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow night, PRO Sidewinder Dirt Series, 9 o'clock Eastern. Wednesday night, 9:30 Eastern. Dirt Slingers Racing League. Lucas Smith Chrysler Center's I-55 Weekly Pros Late Model Series. And then this Thursday, the second of the 3 races for the Indy Race Parts Sprint Car Series will be on. Those guys wrapping up their season. Just 2 more races to go. You'll see a lot of these drivers in there in the wingless cars. They run 410s on that night. But here goes the pace truck, and there goes the mad scramble. As the green flag falls, everybody was trying to time that startup. You saw Simmelman right on the very bottom next to Jacob Denny. You got the front wheels in there. Denny clips the fence. This is going to be a bit of a pileup. Oh, they're all going to get them straight, and they're going to keep them going, but a lot of positions dropped. Fields has the lead, but here comes Sansone. Wilkie is running the very top, and Wilkie's doing a pretty good job up there. He's got some speed. We're already into lap traffic. No, we're not. Garrett Halsey was blinked out when I went to the lead. That's why it showed Wade Fields. Right now, the 44 of Halsey holding on to the top spot. Sansone went around the top side. He took second away from Fields. Wilkie is fourth, and Scott King in fifth, but Cody Terry gives him a little bumpy bump. Here comes Jacob Denny. He recovered from falling all the way back to ninth in that scrum on the bottom of lap number 2. He's up to sixth and trying to work around Cody Terry. Terry not giving that up easily. Now Denny gets around, puts himself in sixth. Semmelman is going to work the bottom. He's going to try to get around Cody Terry. He does so as well. Sansone going for the lead, and he's got it coming out of 2. Vinny Sansone working right through the middle right there, and he's got the lead this time at the line. Halsey still trying to use the momentum on the top side. Fields all the way out into the fluffy stuff, and he is running third, but he's getting run down by Eric Wilkie. Then a great battle behind as Denny and King are going at it side by side. Denny's on the top, King bottom feeding this evening. Oh, Tiny Dancer broke into the 40s this year with his birthday last week. He sits in sixth right now. Sansone out in front, but not by much. Halsey all over the back of the 80 car. Now looks to the inside. Slider coming. It's not going to work. Sansone saw that. He was able to cut underneath. We're creeping in on halfway. About 4 more laps. Now Sansone protect the entry on the slider line. Goes to the top. Keeps the lead. 18 laps to go. Fields still third. Denny is up to fourth. He got around Wilkie last lap. Here comes Semmelman on the top side. He passes King. That puts him up to sixth. King is seventh. Cody Terry is eighth. Craig Sheeran ninth. Jurczyk is running 10th. Then Schmutz and Silby. Silby having all kinds of problems. He has struggled in this series mightily this year. And I watched him last week in the 410 series over at the Indy Race Parts guys, and he had a lot better night than he has in a couple of weeks here. Right now, your 2 leaders a second and a quarter ahead of third place as Jacob Denny is going to go for third with a slider. Denny's on the prowl to halfway point. Into the top 3. Now he's got to make up a little over a second to catch Sansone and Halsey. Lap time's pretty close. Jacob Denny the fastest last time around. We'll see where he's at this time. Sansone, Halsey, Denny still quicker. 10th and a half quicker. He is closing it in. Got it under 8 tenths now. Fields about a second back of Jacob Denny in fourth. Good battle for fifth between the teammates Wilkie and Semmelman. They're side by side, and Semmelman uses the top shelf to get around Wilkie. Back to the front now. Halsey had pressure for a moment. Had Jacob Denny right to the push bar. 9 laps to go. Laps ticking off very quickly here. Just under 13 seconds. Whoa, Denny. Oh, Jacob Denny. He got it in there, biked it up on 2 wheels. I think that car's severely injured. This is going to be a caution.
Caution is out.
Jacob Denny goes into turns 3 and 4. Right rear. I told you they were going to push the envelope. Find out how close they could get. He was on his way to the front. Overcooked it a little bit, getting into 3 and 4. Broke the rear end out of it. That'll slow things down for a moment. Give us time to tell you it's Sansone, Halsey, Field, Semmelman, Wilkie, King, Sheeran, Terry, Jurczyk, Schmutz, Silby through the field. Then Denny and Srauf both off track. So Denny was starting to get close to Halsey. He had showed him he was there once. And then got a little aggressive, and the right rear found the outside wall in turns 3 and 4. And that's all it takes in an open wheel car to end your night quickly. So Jacob Denny out of this one. Now with 8 to go, it's going to be Sansone, Halsey, Fields, and Austin Semmelman up here in your top 4. Make it 7 to go. 7 laps to go. Sansone on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. Halsey had company on the inside as Fields took a peek, and now Semmelman's going to go top shelf and see if he can use momentum to get around Fields with the slider across in front of Halsey. Gets a little bump on the way by. And Fields not able to hang on. He's going to fall back to third, and he's going to have to deal with Semmelman now. Sansone on the wave lap. Sees 5 to go. That time Semmelman tried to cut underneath as he crossed across the back end of the 71. He's found some grip down on the bottom. He's going to go for second. And there he gets his teammate. This is going to be a caution.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
That was Semmelman. Yeah, that was Semmelman. That was a couple of laps into this thing here. He tried to go 2 for 1, and he got into Halsey, and he let Halsey have room to straighten it out, and then his teammate came by and clipped. And that did not do anything good for your top couple of cars there. All right, so Sansone, Fields, Halsey. Jurczyk is up to 4th. Semmelman is still 5th. King 6th. Terry, Schmutz, Silby, Sheeran, and Wilkie rounding things out. So just 3 laps remaining. Close this one out. Sansone back on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. Fields went for the lead, went right to the bottom, tried the slider. It didn't quite get there. He's going to grab second back right in front of Halsey. White for 2 to go this time. 2 to go signal. Be the white flag next time. Here comes Jurczyk. Jurczyk
All right, man.
got up. Oh, who wrecked this time? Craig Silby. Back on track, in behind Cody Terry and right rear. He found the outside wall. And Silby just struggles in this series mightily. As we were getting ready to watch Jurczyk, he'd gotten up to 4th, got around Semmelman and King. And he was getting ready to make a move on Halsey when the caution came out. So we'll have a green-white checker finish. Lights went off on the pace truck. Sansone one more time with the restart. Got Wade Fields right up on the push bar. He gets on the throttle. Going to have a great gap this time into 1 and 2. Fields is going to go to the bottom. Slider line not going to work. Can Fields hang on to second? Jurczyk around the top side. He may have Halsey. This time Halsey cuts him off going into 3 and 4. White flag in the air. Next flag ends it. Oh, Halsey and Jurczyk with a little contact. Jurczyk gets around. Now Jurczyk cuts off King as the car looked a little broken. Sansone with the victory lap. He picks up the win to go with the championship. Fields second and Jurczyk in third. And we'll have to ask Zach if he comes to chat about that little bit of contact there. I'm sure it wasn't intentional. I'm sure he was just going for a spot. But we will have to try to talk to him and see if we can find out his side of everything. Is Jurczyk has not been very strong about coming to the chat. Don't know if it's something where he just can't get it to work, or what the deal is, but he does get third tonight. If he comes in, we'll circle back to him. But right now, we're going to go talk to Wade Fields. Wade Fields, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. You hear me?
I got you, buddy. Well, looked like a pretty interesting night there. The track went through a few changes, and the grip kind of moved all over the place, man. Tell us about the feature.
Yeah, definitely wasn't as comfortable as I wanted to be, but I guess fast enough to be in that top 3 to top 5 group. Benny's always on one. Garrett Halsey ran. I've never seen him run that fast. He was flying, and then Denny looked really fast and had some issues. That kind of stinks, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the some of the guys looked like they were just out there, kind of on cruise control, and the cars looked super fast. This place races a lot faster than it actually looks when you're in the car. Well, the sensation of getting around here, since it's so tight, there's walls on both sides. How does it feel getting in there and throwing this thing into the corner with your right rear up against the outside wall?
It's definitely not easy to do. I don't know if I was up in the wall like I should have been. It was really slick, so that line Vinny was running was definitely thin and hard to hit. If you messed up once, that the exit of the turn, that wall would really grab you, and just one mistake would have ruined everything. So I couldn't really tell you how I done it. I can't remember what happened in that race. I was kind of just like you said, on cruise control. It was definitely a hard track there.
Well, an awesome run. I'm sure you got some shout outs before we let you get out of here and close out a fantastic season.
Yeah, for one, I want to thank you guys for putting on this DSRL Wingless series, because, it's hard to even get it official. So when you can come in here and race with some good caliber drivers, it's always fun. All the non-wing regulars really enjoy it, I'm sure. And then shout out to Tim Sims, powered by iRacing and Elite Performance Industries, Indy Race Parts Esports, and Cactus Race Designs for making the paint for my sprint.
All right, man. Well, a great season in the books. I look forward to seeing you Thursday night in the Indy Part Series.
All righty, man. Thanks, Roger.
Wade Fields finishes second tonight. It is time for us to move on and talk to the winner and the champion of the series. We'll get over here to What in the world is going on there? That's not supposed to be. That's not supposed to say second place. There we go. Now we got it right.
User was moved to your
Well, he was way out in front coming into the night. He basically had to show up, and not only does he do that, he takes a victory lap here at I-55. Vinny Sansone, been a heck of a season.
Thank you, sir. It was good to get the win at the hometown track.
Yeah, it looked like the 80 car, and I kind of picked you at the beginning. I told the guys in chat, I said, better watch Vinny because he's going to go to the bottom, and he's going to do pretty good. And then you went a little bit above the bottom, but the car was still hooked up. How were you able to keep it through the slick and find some speed out of this thing?
Yeah, beginning of the race, the track was wide open, and kind of just picked a hole to try and go through it. Hate to see Jacob had problems there. I know he was going to be strong at the end, but once that the middle was rolling there, use that to get out in front and get kind of started going away. Kind of became a game of blocking somebody behind you, just kind of sliding the entry off, and then I think it just kind of completely cleared off, and at that point just kind of left it up on the wall, and hopefully nobody was going to get by.
Well, an awesome run and an awesome season. Obviously, the championship is going to go to the 80 team, man. Tell us about this whole season and how much fun it's been being able to run with the caliber of drivers that you have been able to run to in this series.
Yeah, that's just it. For the Dirt Slingers Racing League to put on this series, to attract the caliber of drivers that you're talking about, the likes of Jacob, Austin, who are here tonight. We had, Tyler Schell, Mason Hannigan, Skylar Brown, a lot of good guys, coming out to these events. So it's good to kind of put yourself among them and see where you stand, and it just makes you fight that much harder each week to make yourself better. And of course, thanks to you guys, the Dirt Racing Network, for giving us a place to race, broadcasting it, and being able to show all of our friends and family.
Well, we're looking forward to Scott bringing this thing back. We're going to talk to him before the end of the night here and find out, kind of what the plan is going to be. But an awesome season, man. Congrats on picking us up. And let me see if we can get Scott in here really quick. We'll see if Scott, he's busy. Tiny Dancer, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Roger.
Well, it's been a heck of a season. We're up here talking to tonight's winner and the champion, Vinny Sansone. We thought maybe you might have a few words before we let him get out of here, and then we'll talk to you about what the future of the series looks like.
Yeah, Vinny, good job this season. It's been fun. I think first, right, Roger, for DSRL in the Wingless, so it's good to bring something kind of new, and like you guys were talking earlier, there's good caliber of guys and kind of a wide range, so it's been fun. Saw a little bit too much of your tail tank this season, so we'll have to do some work in the off season, get a little better. But thanks for coming out, and thanks to everyone coming out, and it was fun.
Thank you, Scott, for admitting and controlling everybody. Everything worked out.
Yeah, you guys kept pretty easy on me, so it was. I think we got a good group of guys. Hopefully, we can get it to grow a little bit more, and get a little more car count, and keep some good race. And I thought it was pretty good tonight. We had a good long run there, little hiccup there at the end, but overall, it's my first non-wing race here, so I thought it went pretty well.
All right. Well, thank you, Vinny, for chatting with us, man. Congratulations on the championship and the win tonight. And, man, I can't wait to see you guys get back on track again so we can put some more wingless races on.
For sure. Thank you, guys, and we'll look forward to the next non-wing season.
All right. So you're a winner and your champion, Mr. Vinny Sansone. Now, Scott King all alone in the booth. He's trapped. The door's locked. He's not going anywhere. He's going to have to tell us what is he thinking for next season with this series.
Oh, boy. Lots of pressure there, Roger.
You're right. That's what we do.
Well, I was talking it over with someone else before we got to the track tonight. So I think the plan, I'd like to keep it going. I just think with, it's starting to get nice out. We got a lot of guys that run, real life stuff. So they're taking care of business there. So I'd like to maybe not put it on hold, but I want to do another season, but I think we're going to wait here till it gets a little colder. And, guys are done running in real life. So maybe in the fall when the temperatures change again, we can bring it back. I know my personal schedule is pretty busy these days, and it's only going to get busier. So I think that's what we're going to do, and I'll keep everyone posted. But it's not going to go away. We're just going to take a little break, and when the weather changes again, we'll fire it back up.
All right, well, it's been a great season. I know it started off really strong and it kind of dwindled towards the end, but a good field tonight and a good race. Just a couple of cautions, and that was just, I think kind of a product of the track and the way the cars were coming together on the X, because this place gets pretty narrow as you come off those corners. But other than that, man, it's been a great season. We can't wait to see you bring it back. We appreciate you doing it, and I'll look forward to talking to you later on this week.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks for streaming it, Roger, and everyone else at DSRL that helps out. And yeah, it was fun. I thought I could have maybe snuck a top 5 out of there, but I got myself in a little bit of a pickle there on the last lap. But it's fun. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time in these cars, so it's something different, and it's fun. And I think we got a pretty good core group of guys here, and it makes it fun. And I think for the most part, everyone's good helping each other out, and it makes for good racing. And yeah, it was fun. So hopefully these guys all come back and we get some more, and we'll put on a good season or good series later on in the year.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it again, and I'll probably talk to you Tuesday or Wednesday.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, Roger.
You bet. Scott King, Old Tiny Dancer. Let's look at our results before we get out of here tonight. Sansone wins at Fields with second. Jurczyk comes home in third. Wish we could have talked to Zach. Would have been fine. I would like to talk to him and see how he feels about the racing, because this is a couple of times that he's missed out on podium interviews. So maybe next season we can get him back up into the chat and on the podium. Halsey was fourth, Terry fifth, Schmutz sixth, Wilkie seventh, Silby eighth, Sherem ninth. King was running fifth until the last lap. Had a problem. He comes home 10th. Semmelman 11th. Denny was 12th. And Schrauf finishes in 13th. That will do it for tonight's broadcast and for the season. You heard Scott say he's going to take a little bit of a break through the hot part of the year. Going to try to bring it back when it's cold out. I can't wait to see these guys back. They've been putting on great shows. It's a lot of fun to come and cover them. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. But Monday nights for the next few weeks are going to be a little bit silent unless we decide to pick something crazy up and just put it out there for you. And you never know. We just might do that. But for Dominic Santina, Zach Krieger, and myself here at the Dirt Racing Network, we appreciate every time you guys tune in. We know you can watch this stuff anywhere you choose to come to DRN and watch it, so it is greatly, greatly appreciated. Don't forget your likes, your shares, your follows, and subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. Tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series. Back in action. Then Wednesday night, the I-55 Series, Lucas Smith, Chrysler Center's Pro Late Models every week right here at I-55. And Thursday night, the Indy Parts Sprint Car Series. I'm not even sure where they're at, but I know they only got 2 races left of their season. So be sure you tune in for the rest of the week. Until we see you the next time, everybody.